Well, I'm on my way back home from our little trip out here at a Glimmer Glass. Actually, I'm going to do a little bit more of the Empire State Trail, but I'm taking a new route home, and I thought this was pretty nifty to look at. There's a pull-off on this road. Not sure, it's Springerville Road or something like that. Salt Springerville Road. Decent little pull-off here to get a little overlook. So, just thought I'd share this with you. Looks like low-level fog in the valley. I think that's the Adirondack Mountains. That's about where they would be. Not 100% sure. Anyway, wow. The good stuff is behind the hill. There's some nice peaks over there. That's why I'm saying that's the Adirondack, because you could actually... I wonder if this is the actual Mohawk Valley. Because look around you. You got hills and everything over here. You got hills and the mountains over there. This is probably a... Yeah, it's gotta be. This is how wide the valley is. Let's say we're on one mountain and the Adirondacks are right there. You got this valley. That's the Mohawk Valley we're looking at. Low level fog. Gotta look into that. I'll look this road up. Salt Springerville Road. I don't know what hamlet we went through. We went across Route 20. Of course, there's two cars meeting here at the same time. Of course, right here. Right now, zoom zoom. It's a busy road. Glad it's the only spot where I pulled over. But I'm glad there's a pull off here to see that. So I was like, you can actually, there's a little bit of warning because you can actually see it coming off the hill here. And you can see the view up here. So I'm like, oh, hope there's a pull over, and then there was. So it's probably why, because that's an awesome view. I'm gonna say 99% sure that's the Mohawk Valley. The Adirondacks are off over here. And the Appalachians are off over here. And that's why everything's in that valley. The canal, the railroad, the interstate, because that's how wide it is. You can see it from here. Yeah, again, you got to experience it in person, so. That's a good, maybe 20-mile wide, maybe. And I'm not sure why it's all foggy over here, but we'll see when we get down there in that valley. Well, good morning, folks. Can you tell we're doing the Empire State Trail again? Wow, as I start walking toward the road. So we're going to try to get to at least the Herkimer Home today. This will be my last hiking for today in this area. I head back home today. Get a little bit more of a chunk of a trail done. Lots of stuff done at the state park and everything. So again, our host of the state park was Glimmer Glass. So here we go. Nice brisk 54 degrees this morning, but it's not raining, surprisingly. I probably could have done this yesterday because it's not that far up here. So. Again, this is an uphill hike, as you can tell. On the last episode, I showed you that it used to be a bridge here. I'll show you behind me when I get up here on the top of this hill. here's the top of the hill. The rail line went over there and connected over there. So still on the abandoned rail line. Whew. Oh, right here. Ballast. There's no reason for ballast to be there. Did that just move? Hang on a minute. I see the two rabbits in the trail, but what's up behind the rabbits? I thought it just moved. Oh. It did move. You know what's funny is, what trail was I hiking? I was finishing up a trail at Glimmerglass. There's a turtle in it, the meadow trail, and we seen a deer and it ran off. I'm like, oh, that'd be so cool to have the turtle here and the deer here. Well, the next day it's happening. You got rabbits and deer in the same shot. The deer probably is not sure what I am yet, because if you look at the pavement, I am wearing a sweater and clothes that look like the pavement. Like last time we did the Empire State Trail, so I'll just zigzag here a couple times so as I'm moving. Hopefully I won't start walking towards you. As I was saying on the westbound, I forget what episode it was, I made so many. There's a clip of it actually. I put it up as a short, something about deer. So when you had the background and you had that incline, my clothes matched the pavement and the incline, so the deer never saw you while they were running around and jumping into the canal. That video. So deer still hanging out there. Again, I don't know how accustomed the people they would be on this trail. Glimmerglass has some insane amount of deer there. Well, let's just say this, it has not ran away yet. And the first rabbit just casually hung out there. See right here, you can see where the bridge would have been. I imagine there was a bridge there for this road. Again, I don't know how the road is, but I don't see them cutting through a hillside to make it, so. We're gonna have this weird stare off again. I got right there, and then it took off. You may still hear crashing over here, but I'm not sure how accustomed to people they are, because it stood there the whole time. This is how far I walked. Come up over the hill, saw it there. I'm almost at this curve, and then it took off. But there's residences right here, so that's probably why I was delayed in running. Well, it didn't rain, but there's dew. Heavy dew all over the place, and fog. I might try to remember to throw the clip in before this video. that we were up in kind of on a hill still, looking down in the valley. You can see all the fog is slowly lifting out. There's still some foggy spots along the way, but not here, not now. There's another rabbit chilling out here. There's something here. And someone's probably gonna be in there. No, this might. Oh yeah, this might work. I don't know what that is over there. It's covered in gravel. I don't believe that's a bike rack. Here's the sign for it. Some memorial. Bird watching area. Got some history of the area. It says look for a segment of the Erie Canal in the foreground. So, right along here must have been where the Erie Canal is, or maybe right here. So there's a swamp. 169 is the road out there. Blue waters. Okay, so the canal is here. That's the towpath. And this is part of Nicholas's Herkimer estate according to the sign. So this is part of the Herkimer home up the way here shortly. So canal, towpath, swamp that Mr. Herkimer has acquired in his 500-acre farmstead. I almost thought this was a towpath trail. I'm like, hey, towpath kind of a little bit of a distance away, but nope, this is the abandoned rail line. Actually, where is the barge canal? Yeah, we diverted away from that. It's funny how it blends in old and new. Like Lock 17 had the old Lock 36 there from the original canal. Now we're on an abandoned rail line path right away. And the old original canal is right over here. This sign says it all. We live in the times. Stop ahead. Warning. High-speed road crossing. So much for the high-speed railroad. It's a high-speed road crossing. You hear it off in the distance? Yeah, I'll leave you on for it. Because it's that running joke. I did so much recording at the beginning, at the start of this video. But you need the horn. So, watch out for these high-speed roads. Yeah, the speed limit's 55, obviously, so. And it's a... Not too busy. I've been across worse roads, but still sketchy. I think I've seen a passenger eating peanuts. Third row, middle seat. Oh, it got louder. What the? Time to turn the camera off. What's it called? I'm seeing replays of things I shouldn't be seeing. The glitch in the matrix kind of crap going on there. Just like this is a road, right? Oh, so the train's gonna blow us over. 169. Oh yeah, it's a blind corner too. You can actually still see some of the fog. So, there's still some fog up there. Yeah, this is going to be a Frogger run here. I don't want to be on the side of the road anymore. Oh no. I definitely don't want to be on this road, side of the road anymore. What was that noise? Other than these horns that I keep hearing. Well, I guess this morning we should have been trackside. There wasn't anything going on yesterday morning. But today the trains are out. So now I believe we crossed over into the Herkimer Home property. So we'll be seeing some eye candy up here. Now I believe if I understood I'll check again. I looked up the website. Parking is free, but there's a $4 charge, and I think that's for tours? Question mark. So now my question is, are we still on the abandoned railroad? Because if so, that's kind of scary. And it seems how it's going through General Herkimer's estate. I would imagine, well, yeah, I would imagine they didn't run a rail service through there. So, well, this might tell us. Let's see if there's any bridge abutments here. There is. Yep, for sure. It's still a railroad. Yep. You can barely see them. So there's still a railroad here. The other side. There's really no way to get down there to look. Yep, the abutment's right here. Covered in this green stuff. So, yeah, it looks like we're still on the railroad. So the 8% grade kind of scares me. Yeah, I probably did the railroaders back then too. 8%. Let's build our own Saluda. I'm kind of guessing the road went that way now. I'm not sure. Why not keep the trail? Questions. There's always questions. Yeah, the road went that way. So we're now diverting off the rail line. As I can see it straight through there. That's probably why they put this fence up. So the railroad did not go this way. It continues straight, so we're kind of coming off that rail trail thing. I might see more of it down here. Do I hear another train coming? There's nothing near here for heritage units. That's what you thought yesterday too, and you were wrong. Anyway. What kind of sketchy stuff we got going on down here? For some reason they put our trail down here. Yeah, I think there's another train coming. Well, you'll hear it in a minute. I'm sure. There's some signage up here and a possible interest in, oh wow, the home's right there. It looks different from the Google Maps, let's just put it that way. So this is a service road, and I remember seeing that on the map. I didn't realize it was all growing, and I thought it was an estate. Everything would have been. Well, trade and transportation. You can read this if you want. Pause and read. Nice field out here. I think the barge canal's over there. There's another sign over here. Here's the Herkimer Home. Again, I don't think they charge you unless you're taking the tour. Well, definitely. Well, this is going to be our next stop, our next parking lot. So we'll check that out at the time. Well, these are nations. Onondaga Nation. Hey, I live in the Onondaga Nation. I didn't know that. Keepers of the Eastern Door. Talks about the forts. I know Fort Stanwix comes up a lot around here. And that's what Herkimer did, was Fort Stanwix. There's something that's enticing me to move this a little faster. You might have heard off in the distance. The camera can hear a little bit better than I can sometimes. 1712. Sucks about the Indians. But this access road and these nice shiny rails. You hear it way down there? It's a third train in less than an hour. But this is just a service road. It seems how they're talking about the canal. I'm pretty sure the barge canal is right here, because if I see the tracks, it's got to be here somewhere. It's between me and the tracks right now, so we'll see what we can find. Hopefully a freight train from the sounds of it. Oh wow. Yeah, there's a nice little picnic area back here. I'm a wowing over here. I might sit here for a minute. This is the last. Wow, look at this view. I gotta get a snapshot of this. The old Herkimer home. Alright, let's see if we can get to this picnic table. There's a huge sign here. It's pointed toward the barge canal. I'm kind of curious what it says. Normally, if it's a pipeline, there'd be a sign on the other side as well. I don't see that other side, so sign anyway. Yeah, this must be a place where you can pull up with a boat. Whoa, that bird almost took me out. That bird don't like me. Yeah, must be this is like portage or whatever it's called. Bring your boat in here. We'll picnic table, 457. Trash can. Oh, yeah. For Herkimer Historic Site, 1764. Well, I waited out, so I guess it's time to get back up to our trail. Alright folks, I think I'm going to end the video there. My next trip up, I should be arriving in the afternoon. So, we're going to start here. Next time, hopefully everything will be open. Let me check out up there. And clearly our trail goes off here. Again, not sure if it's the abandoned railroad or not. So we'll have to look into that. If this is part of that railroad or not, and I doubt it, because look at that sign up there. Yeah. So we'll start it here next time, folks. We'll get a better view of the property. Looks like the abandoned railroad may have come out here, if anything. But still, if this is a historic site, how was the railroad put in here in the first place? Or that could, I doubt that's the right of way. Anyway, we'll find out later now that we move along. So I'm pretty sure it came out here because this looks like it cleared right in front of me. Or it could have went that way. But then we got this mystery hump here. So, alright, well, I'll start here at the Herkimer Home on the next episode. That's where the next parking lot is. And yeah, be rolling the way back. Thanks for watching. We are out of here. Got a 2-hour and 10-minute drive to get back to my hometown. And I still don't know why they diverted us down into here. We could just had stayed on the rail trail. I am not 100% sure, but with the barge canal being over there, there's like a canal feature in here too. So I don't know if this was the original Clinton's ditch, or if that tied into the barge canal that is currently the Mohawk River. But there's like a feature in here, briefly. It kind of looks like a canal. Right here, see it? It's like if this was a towpath or something. There's a hill on the other side. We know the abandoned railroad's over there somewhere. But this looks canalish. Huh. Just noticed that on the way back. Still in there. There's no reason there would be a ditch in there. But I don't see where we cross over here. So, I don't know. Again, that's 200 years ago. So many things may have been changed. Yeah, I'm not seeing it anymore now. So maybe, oh, it's right here. See, that is built up. It's right here. You can kind of see stonework on the other side. Again, railroad related, don't know. But there is definitely a stone workings over there. And you can see a hill. I'm kind of curious. It looks like it went across through here. We'll find out here. Let's do it. I was straight away. I was getting ready to go back the other direction. Yeah, look at this. This is weird. I'm just still following it. And it's gonna come out right here. Right at the bottom of this 8% grade. Right here, yeah, right here in this divot. You see right here there's like a land change. You may not have even noticed. Yeah, look at that. Looks like something went right off down that way. Right out of here, you got this divot right down that way. I gotta look into that too. Right here, you kind of see. And then there's a shallow spot and a shallow spot on the other side all the way through. Oh, right here you can see it better. See how there's clearing through there. You gotta be here to see it in person though, because I can't. I'm trying to show you the formation. And here's a divot. If I back up 2 spaces, you can see there's something here. But the camera's high definition and compressed files and stuff makes it unseeable to the viewer. But you know, you can check it out when you come. And see, right there's like a divot and trail too. Like, you know, they smoothed it out the best they could. They had to fill that spot in, and it sagged a little. As you can see, it comes around the corner. It's like boink. And then the 8% grade on what used to be the rail line, which is up here, goes across right here. And we know that the railroad here on this side loves to follow the canal. I'm hearing disturbing noises up here, and I don't think it's that chipmunk running across. Peekaboo. Safe? Okay, safe. Yeah, this is where the old railroad would have went through. What is that noise? It's distracting. We're looking at the Google Maps from the Herkimer Home area. This is a state road we crossed. It said high-speed crossing. So this is going on that part of the trail. We're following the old rail trail. So why did we divert here to go down and around and then get on the trail here? The railroad, you can clearly see, went through here, crossed here, and continued on. So, why did the trail just decide it's going to abandon the railroad bed all of a sudden? Go down this way, go over this way, go up this way, go that way. And it could have just went through here. And that's how close it was to the house. So, yeah, that's just baffling. Let's zoom out, move it over a little more. And then we connect back to it here. So, this is where the railroad would normally be. But we go down here, come up here, go down here, zigzag back to the line. I don't know what people were thinking then. We'll find out next time when we visit the Herkimer home. I'm doing research on it now, and I just come across that. But you can see clearly where the right-of-way would have been. Yep. We diverted off there. Right-of-way when it went through here. Just thoughts.